There is no secret. President Biden has a $2 trillion infrastructure plan that he's pushing out. And then he also pushed out that he wants people, he just raised minimum wage for contractors at least to $15 an hour. So he just raised contractors minimum wage to $15 an hour, which is not as significant. He wanted to raise minimum wage for federal, which I definitely disagree with, but he just raised it for federal contractors to $15 an hour, which is not a bad thing. Now, with that being said, this $2 trillion, all this money, we live in a very low interest rate society and money is being pushed into the market. You got to ask yourself, where's this money going to go? That's exactly what we want to talk about in this episode. Hit the subscribe button, hit the bell icon, hit that like, comment, and share button. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and children of all ages, you are now tuned into the Investor Show. As always, this is your gracious host, the Prince of Investing, Prince Dykes, coming to you guys and girls live all the way from the beautiful city and state of Denver, Colorado. Don't forget to hit that like, subscribe, comment, and share button. And as always, I don't have a lot of time, and I definitely know you guys and girls don't have a lot of time, so we're going to jump straight into it. So President Biden, right? We all know that he put out this $2 trillion infrastructure plan. Now you got to ask yourself, where's this money going to go? You don't put the money on the people that are going to be spending the money. You're going to put the money on the people that are going to be receiving the money. So for prime example, when the government puts out saying we're going to put $2 trillion on government spending, what they're going to do, what they're essentially saying is that we're going to hire or we're going to create contracts for companies to go out here and build roads. For prime example, if you're a company, you build a road, you can now apply for a contract that I'm not a contract specialist or anything, but I got a pretty good idea how that works. You're going to go out and you're going to get a contract. It's going to be a lot of contracts being given to build infrastructure. So companies that are in position who already know how to build roads, who know how to build buildings, who know how to repair roads, who know how to do all type of things that can affect the infrastructure, they're going to be in a nice little market where the government is going to be spending a little bit of money. So as an investor, we're looking at what's going on. The first thing we got to look at, what do we have going on in the economy? What is the market sentiment? What is the sentiment of the market? How do you feel right now in the market? For 2021, we've mostly been seeing a consolidated market for the most part. Consolidated meaning moving sideways, but we've seen the Dow Jones is up 10%. The S&P 500 is up 10% currently, and the NASDAQ is up around about 8% overall. So we already know NASDAQ last year was the darling pinky when it was tearing up the world with Apple and Tesla. So far this year, Apple and Tesla haven't been the darling childs. Tesla just released its earnings yesterday, blowed out its earnings, but guess what? The stock traded down, I want to say 2 to 3% as of today. Now we got Apple coming up here next. The thing about it is we do have the NASDAQ that has done, not the NASDAQ, but Microsoft just reported big earnings, but their stock is trading down so far in the after hours. We'll see how they're reporting next week. Now, the whole thing is who is going to be profiting the most. So when you look at this, ladies and gentlemen, y'all give me 1 second. Let me pull up the screen here as I share it. We're going to stop that one, and we're going to pull up this one over here. Now, the first thing that we are going to see, where we at? Okay. Right here, I have PRN. This is PRN, Papa Romeo November Investo Exchange Trade for the Dow Momentum ETF. So this is the momentum of the ETF where it kind of catches what's going on. That's not really a big one there. Right now, you're seeing the Dow Jones out of the top 30 stocks are the ones pushing the market. So let's look at the ETF XLI. This is for industrials. You're going to type in that XLI, give it a second there to load. And this is a selected sector of trust industrial selected ETF. So for the prime example, what I'm looking at here is I want to see how has industrials performed against the greater market. So I'm going to go over here and look at my handy dandy chart. Then once I get to my chart, you already know what I'm going to do. I'm going to set my chart to year to date. That means from January to now, which we're pretty much almost in May. So from January to now, this is how this company, how the industrial sector has performed. Now let's take a look at it and let's throw on top of it the S&P 500 and let's throw on the Dow Jones. I don't need to throw on the NASDAQ because I already know the NASDAQ is underperforming. So right here, XLI is outperforming all of the major indexes. The major indexes are up about 11% so far as of today. Thought it was about 10, but I guess they etched out another one. It's 11, but the industrial sector is up 15%. So now for someone who's saying, hey, Prince, how can I invest into this? How can I align myself to be in a position for all of this government spending on infrastructure? Here's a possible way of comparing it to its major indexes. So with that being said, now let's look and see what's inside of this index. Let's look at these top 10 holdings without going too far. So we're going to go over here to the portfolio, and then we're going to scroll down. 41% of this ETF is Honeywell, Union Pacific, Boeing, Caterpillar, UPS, Raytheon, Deere and Company. I forgot about Deere and Company. That's kind of funny. General Electric, the 3M, and Lockheed Martin. And out of all of these, the last 3 months, the one that has performed the best is Deere and Company. The John Deere, the tractors and things like that. So when you look at that, companies in this industrial industry, they have a very low PE ratio. They pay a nice little dividend. So right here, they have a quarterly dividend of 0.95, which is nothing crazy. 0.95, that's quarterly. So that's almost a little bit under 4% annually. It has a beta of 0.9, meaning that it's moving right there with the S&P 500 and a PE ratio of 34%. So Deere and Company. Now let's take a look at how has Deere and Company performed so far this year. It's gone up 29%. Deere and Company has outperformed all major indexes. So you got Deere and Company, which is outperforming all major indexes by quadrupling. They're up 40%. They're a little bit up over 40% so far this year, beating out all the indexes, and nobody's talking about them. So when you look at this, if you want to learn a little bit more about this company, I don't know a whole lot about Deere. I can look at their finances. I've heard of the company, Deere and Company. They engage in equipment operations. They engage in equipment operations and stuff like that. Let's take a look at their website. So right here, we all have heard it. Well, me being from the country, me being a country boy, of course, I've heard of Deere, which is John Deere, right? So give me 1 second. Let me pull up the screen here of their websites for people out here who are from the city or from more urbanized areas. You may not be familiar with John Deere. So right here, excuse me, I hit my microphone. Right here, they're specializing. You see all this machinery back here. They got I'm not big on heavy machinery, but all this heavy machinery they have on the dig ditches, to farm land. They got tractors. They do construction. They do agriculture. They do lawn and service, golf courses, forests, engineers, things like that, rental sales, all of that. John Deere is killing the game right now, have been 40%. So now they're the biggest ones in the industrial industry that's been taking off that nobody's talking about because it's not happening fast. They do government and military style sales. Right here, you can click on it on their website. And then these companies are very financially stable and they're in position. You can see right here, state and local. They do federal and military, state and local corporative purchases. So they can drill and tear up roads, all those type of things. So these are the ones, this is a company right here, the government and military solution, that infrastructure bill is probably going to be in a very good position to benefit the most. All right. So I didn't want to keep you. I wanted to show you guys and girls how I drill down to all of that by starting with a monetary, not a monetary, but a physical policy. A monetary policy is passed by the federal government, but a physical policy is passed by the president and the Congress. So the physical policy is saying, hey, we want to put out $2 trillion. And then the government, of course, the government is not going to go do it itself. It's going to go hire people who's in position. You look down to that industrial industry. You start piling through that industrial industry. You see the big boy who's running off silently is John Deere and its very quiet economy. John Deere has outperformed Apple and Tesla and a lot of big tech companies that were big last year. A tractor company like John Deere is outperforming. You can see why, and they're in a very good position to benefit from this infrastructure bill. All right. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you guys and girls got something out of that. If you got something out of that, make sure you are. William Williams is hilarious. He said it's better than Dear John, right? Definitely better than Dear John. Al, what's going on, Al? What's going on? But anyway, there we go, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you guys and girls kind of got something out of that to show that drill down of a physical policy all the way to it boils down to a particular company. Y'all don't forget to hit that like, subscribe, comment, and share button. And to the next video, podcast, cartoon, or whatever else crazy you see me do around the globe. Peace. Be safe. I'm out. And thank you.